Welcome back to RIDE360. Today we're diving straight into a machine that doesn't just raise the bar, it casually moves it somewhere higher and dares everyone else to catch up. Yes, we're talking about the 2026 BMW S1000RR, a motorbike that feels less like a production superbike and more like a track weapon that somehow got license plates. The first thing you notice about the 2026 S1000RR is how instantly familiar yet completely fresh it looks. BMW didn't throw away the iconic DNA, but they've sharpened everything. The front end looks more aggressive, more focused, like it's staring down the straight waiting for the lights to go out. The aero winglets are sleeker and better integrated, not just there for show but clearly shaped by wind tunnel hours and racing feedback. Even standing still, this bike looks fast, and that's always been part of the S1000RR magic. Swing a leg over it and the riding position feels purpose-built. It's sporty, no doubt about it, but it's also refined. BMW has always been good at making extreme performance feel usable, and the 2026 model continues that tradition. The seat is firm but supportive, the tank shape lets you lock in with your knees perfectly, and the clip-ons feel natural, especially when you're tucked in and focused. This is a bike that tells you it's ready to go hard, but it doesn't punish you just for existing. Now let's talk about the heart of the beast, because that's where the S1000RR really earns its legend status. The inline-four engine for 2026 feels even more refined, more responsive, and more explosive than before. Twist the throttle and the response is immediate, clean, and addictive. Power delivery is brutal when you want it to be, but smooth enough to manage on the street. It pulls hard from the mid-range and then just keeps screaming all the way to the top, with that unmistakable BMW four-cylinder howl that gives you goosebumps every single time. What's impressive is not just the peak power, but how usable it feels. You don't have to be on a racetrack to enjoy this engine. In city riding or cruising on the highway, it behaves well, doesn't feel jerky, and feels surprisingly civilized for something with this much performance. But the moment you open it up, the S1000RR reminds you exactly what it was built for. Acceleration is savage, overtakes are effortless, and the bike feels like it's constantly asking, "Is that all you've got?" Handling on the 2026 BMW S1000RR is simply phenomenal. This is where years of racing experience really shine through. The chassis feels incredibly stiff yet communicative, giving you confidence whether you're leaning into a fast corner or braking hard at the end of a straight. Turn-in is sharp and precise, but not nervous. The bike feels planted, stable, and predictable, even when you start pushing it harder. BMW's suspension setup deserves special mention. Whether you're riding on smooth tarmac or dealing with imperfect roads, the bike stays composed. On the track, it feels laser-focused, soaking up bumps while keeping the tires glued to the surface. On the street, it's firm but not unbearable, which is honestly impressive for a full-on superbike. You can tell BMW really worked on making this bike versatile without watering down its performance. Braking performance is exactly what you'd expect from a machine like this, and then some. The brakes are sharp, powerful, and incredibly confidence-inspiring. One finger is all you need, and the bike slows down with precision and control. Hard braking feels stable, with no drama, and the feedback through the lever is excellent. Whether you're trail braking into a corner or stopping suddenly in traffic, the S1000RR feels completely under control. Now let's get into the tech, because the 2026 S1000RR is basically a rolling showcase of BMW's latest electronics. The TFT display is crisp, bright, and easy to read, even in direct sunlight. It gives you all the information you could want without feeling cluttered. Riding modes let you tailor the bike's behavior to your mood or the conditions, whether you're commuting, carving mountain roads, or chasing lap times. Traction control, wheelie control, engine braking adjustment, quick shifter, launch control, and advanced ABS all work together seamlessly. What's really impressive is how natural it all feels. The electronics don't take away from the riding experience, they enhance it. They're there in the background, quietly making you faster, smoother, and safer without constantly reminding you that they exist. On the road, the 2026 BMW S1000RR is surprisingly friendly for such an extreme machine. Yes, it's still a superbike, and yes, it demands respect, but it's not intimidating in the way some rivals can be. The throttle is predictable, the clutch is manageable, and low-speed riding doesn't feel like a chore. Heat management also feels improved, making longer rides more comfortable than you might expect. Take it out on a twisty road, and this bike absolutely comes alive. The balance, the feedback, the way it holds a line through corners, it all feels incredibly confidence-boosting. You start trusting the bike more and more with every kilometer. Before you know it, you're riding smoother, faster, and with a bigger smile inside your helmet. On the track, though, that's where the S1000RR truly feels at home. Everything about it makes sense. The power delivery, the braking, the stability at high speed, it all feels purpose-built. This is a bike that rewards good technique and encourages you to push your limits. It doesn't feel like it's fighting you, it feels like it's working with you, almost coaching you to be better. Sound is another area where the S1000RR shines. That inline-four scream at high RPM is pure music for any sportbike fan. It's aggressive without being annoying, thrilling without being over the top. Every upshift with the quickshifter feels sharp and satisfying, adding to the overall drama and excitement of the ride. Design details all over the bike show BMW's attention to quality. The fit and finish are top-notch, from the paint to the fasteners to the overall build. This is a premium machine, and it feels like one in every sense. Nothing feels cheap, nothing feels rushed, and everything feels like it belongs exactly where it is. Living with the 2026 BMW S1000RR day-to-day might surprise you. While it's obviously not a touring bike, it's more practical than you'd expect. The riding position, while aggressive, is manageable for shorter rides, and the bike feels stable and comfortable at highway speeds. Fuel efficiency is reasonable for the performance on offer, and maintenance intervals feel realistic for a high-performance machine. At the end of the day, the 2026 BMW S1000RR isn't just about numbers or specs. It's about how it makes you feel. It's about that rush when you twist the throttle, that confidence when you lean into a corner, and that satisfaction when everything just clicks. BMW has taken an already legendary bike and refined it even further, making it sharper, smarter, and more exciting than ever. This is a bike for riders who love performance, who appreciate technology, and who want a machine that can dominate the track while still being enjoyable on the street. It's not trying to be everything for everyone, and that's exactly why it works so well. The S1000RR knows what it is, and it does that job brilliantly. So if you're someone who dreams about superbikes, who loves the idea of precision engineering mixed with raw excitement, the 2026 BMW S1000RR deserves a serious place on your list. It's fast, it's beautiful, it's intelligent, and most importantly, it's thrilling in a way that only a true superbike can be. That's it for today's ride on RIDE360. If you enjoyed hanging out and talking bikes with us, you already know what to do. Stay safe, keep riding, and we'll see you in the next one.